6 movies are about Anakin, really.
I mean, I thought the original story could have made a turn and become about Leia, and I thought that's what was interesting about those original movies. Like when Luke was saying he's going to go away and he might not come back, that was a real threat. And he even told her, he said, if I don't come back, you're going to have to take over, and you're the only one that can.
Right.
And he even told her at that point, you could actually be more powerful than me. And I thought that's just super important, and it wasn't forced.
I know.
That looks sick.
Right, that's what I mean, and it made it even more
intense.
It'd be like,
intense.
It'd be like you and me fighting. You know what I mean? No, but I'm saying, like, one of us turned to the dark side. We're trying to pull you back. It's like that would be like it. That's what the fight was about. And you can't do that. It's just like
you killed younglings.
And then you see his eyes turn that evil yellow.
Yeah.
When he put the hood on, they said "Rise."
Love that.
Darth Vader. When he became up, he was changed. He was like totally gone. He was no longer Anakin. He was dead. Anakin was dead. And he rose up and he was like, all right, now you're Darth Vader.
I love the weird voices that you could almost hear in the background. Did you feel like there were like some weird like old Sith voices?
Yeah, like almost demonic.
Yeah, like
hearing them back.
Kind of them accepting it, or them giving their okay, or giving the name or something.
Well, in Sith lore, supposedly they can inhabit an area where they died, or where they were last, where energy was, almost like where you become a Force ghost as a Jedi. They inhabit like the gravesite of wherever they were. And I think that's partly where they're going for the next movie, where Palpatine is in. Because I think he's either going to be the one who created Rey. She could have been a clone from Metachlorians, and awoke. Or it could be a part where, it's him, his spirit, and still inhabiting. They find maybe the wreckage of the third, or the first Death Star. Because he doesn't technically die. Mace Windu didn't technically die. You don't see it. Marth came back half the man he used to be. So, and now with did you watch any of the Rebels? Well, now there's time travel.
Yeah.
So now there's interdimensional travel, because Ahsoka technically should be dead because Vader killed her, and Ezra pulled her out into the newer universe in a different portal. So now there's time travel, and that makes everything, open up.
I love Ahsoka. I think she's one of my favorite characters.
Because she justifies a gray Jedi.
She's great.
And that's why these people are so like, you can only be gray, you can only be black, or you can only be white, you can only be Jedi. Why can't we have an imagination and love lightsabers, and not be affiliated with either of them? I mean, that's basically the
especially from her point of view, which is like, they kind of didn't treat her right.
Right.
So
they didn't stand by her when she needed the most.
Yeah, she can't trust them. Right. So it's not a sense of a Jedi or a Sith. It's almost like who can you trust?
It's a loyalty aspect of it.
She had to be alone for that reason.
And that was like the torment of Anakin, because he's being fed one lie, and then the Jedi are kind of like, well, we're not making you a master. So it was one of those torn things where, why not? It's like, I proved myself over and over and over again. I should be on the master. If I'm sitting on the council, I should be a master too. So it's like that whole conflict of, are the Jedi, corrupt, or maybe the Sith have it the right way. But then it's like one of those things where we're drawn to both sides. Why can't there be a balance of the Force? And that's what the Great Jedi stand for, is more of a balance of saying, okay, well, we're not going to just go one way or the other. We're going to stay neutral. We're going to be Force users Force sensitive, use lightsabers, but make her own judgments on how to use the Force, when to use the Force, and when to use her lightsaber. Like, I read the Ahsoka book, it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Did you read it?
No.
Oh, it was awesome. It ties in right before she ties in with Rebels. So it's kind of like
That's like the missing part of the story.
Yeah, it's like her right after Order 66. It's like her story gap between Order 66 and before she joins the Rebels.
That's sick.
So it's kind of like, I thought it was really well done. A lot of people have mixed reviews on it.
How long does a time frame span? Like many years, or just?
I would say a good 6 months to a year. Like it's kind of short, but you can still see, you know, how it crossovers from, like I said, the end of Order 66 to where she happens to just, you know, winds up, you know, getting hooked up with the Rebels.
Yeah.
Like with Senator Organa. So it's kind of like, it tells like that story gap in a sense. How she gets her lightsaber blades. Like that whole thing is
That's
cool.
sweet.
Like it tells her how she gets the white crystal, how she gets her hilts.
Those are my favorite parts of any book when they're discussing the lightsaber or the character or
I wish
them
they would've
building
added
it.
that one scene. Remember where they left it out of Jedi, where it shows Luke
Him kind of turning it on and creating
his own saber.
the best.
And that would have been such, that would have been such an awesome flashback or part of the story to see him, you know, kind of slowly transform into this Jedi Knight.
They had that opportunity with the new movie because that lightsaber was broken in the last movie, but it doesn't look like they took the opportunity.
They just carried the hill.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome for her to take that and make a lightsaber pike and took the crystal.
Let's get a 3-minute scene
right,
of
her
that
creating
happening.
Her own, like
It would be epic.
Oh my God, taking the parts from the broken Grandplex, taking her pike that she had that she always carried around, and force fusing it with the kyber crystal and making it into her own, and maybe having like a purple or like an amber like blade, like something different than blue or green or purple. It's all like even something different.
Or maybe that blue is unstable, like the red one from the Kylo.
Or just give her her own color, like Bastila. Give her an amber, or like a cayenne, or something totally different than, you know, everyone else. So A, they could capitalize and make a new hilt, and B, she would be her own, you know, like force user. You don't see any pike users.
Yeah.
Well, just because you're not a Jedi or you're not a Sith,
Right.
doesn't mean you lose your force ability.
Right.
That's something important.
You never lose it. It's always going to be there. And even if you don't use it for good or bad, you're not going to lose it. I mean, and then the whole metachlorian thing was another thing. Was just like, what? Like they kind of explored it a little bit, but then they could bring it back.
They didn't take it
now.
anywhere.
Well, they could now. I mean, if they say that Rey was a formation of Darth Plagueis' midichlorians or even Palpatine's midichlorians to create a clone of himself or whatever they did, like Anakin was born like Jesus, you know, supposedly without a mother, without a father, born of a woman, you know, and out of midichlorian. So why can't Rey? Why couldn't Rey be the offspring of midichlorians and say Palpatine's, you know, and whoever he used, maybe her in a laboratory.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And
Hope they cover that in the next one.
because there were so many like holes they left open in Last Jedi that they never fixed. Like there's so many things that that Ryan Johnson said, unless you ran, Snoke, Mary Poppins,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, what the, you know, I mean.
And then for them to bring in this whole new element of the bad guy from the previous series is strange.
I don't know. But all that just to make it say there was no cohesion from like, all right, here we gave you these wonderful story arcs. Let's explore them. He could have told a story of how they found the lightsaber. They could have talked about the Knights of Ren. They could have talked about a little more of like, you know, who Rey's parents, you know, might be, or you know, like what? Now the third one, I hope he ties up the loose ends. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. That's what we have to hope for.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the only thing I hope that there's.
And make it cool. Like, make it cool again.
Yeah.
Jeez, like, what's the problem? This is a movie. Like, I just don't get it. You know why? It's very stodgy for like a movie. This supposed to be a fun movie. I don't know.
Well, see, that's the problem. Like, Marvel has so much stuff to go on, and that's why their stuff is so like rich, and you know, there's so much more. You know, because there's so much to draw from. With Star Wars, there's only the 6 movies, and then everybody else's imagination. And then when you get a guru that takes over, that's about marketing and money, as opposed to legend and lore, you know, it's like you're not thinking of the fan base. You're thinking of, you know, how much merch can I sell? I mean, how much can I, you know, get from people?
They just don't understand that it's one and the same.
Right. Because
you put a fantastic story together, you're going to get new people too.
Right. You start seeing some of the. It seriously is full contact. It's not. You know, like, oh, I'm choreographing.
Yeah, well, I could tell with the helmets that
this is straight up.
You're kind of concerned that there could be a glancing blow, so you have the helmet.
Oh, this is straight up gangster.
And this, like, I guess the blade would like, it wouldn't stop. It would kind of continue off of.
Yeah, well, put it this way: you don't want it to shatter. So that's the other thing. You can't use claws, and you don't want to use a kendo mask because kendo masks have slits in them. So what happens with that
It'll
is
get
you can get shards if your blade splits, and you know, if you go through, and if you're not wearing protective gear like eye armor or even face armor, you can get cut. We have to wear a metal gorget. I even go one step further.
It's tournament legal. For tournament, you gotta have back and head protection. So we got with that. Oh yes, he does.
That's like I guess like if you spun around, then he can't get you in the back of the neck either.
Yeah, the reason why we wear these though is that sometimes the blades wrap around versus mostly for accidents. Is what it is. You're preparing for an accident.
Oh, I see. Because the blade is plastic, it might wrap around. You're saying? Oh.
Even with metal, it does that too.
Oh.
Blade flex is a term. So yeah.
Outside the blue is like you're not supposed to go outside the blue.
Well, yeah, it's a ring. So you want to kind of stay within the ring.
Are you losing points if you step out?
Not really. It's just a matter of like trying to stay within the ring. It's nothing where you're gonna lose points. It's just not just you know, kind of want to keep it contained.
I see.
So.
Do like a round or an octagon?
Yeah, right. 2-man enter, 1-man lead. We'll do a
cage match.
No, we'll do what do you call it? Beyond Thunderdome. Remember that?
Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max. 2-man enter.
It's like the third one. I just rewatched that a couple years back.
Thunderdome.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Thunderdome.
Yeah. I think that was the third one.
We don't need another hero.
Like Tina Turner.
Yeah, right? I love that movie. That was like, out of all of them, that was my favorite.
I think so, me too. Like, I only seen it like once, and that,
really?
that was
you gotta see it
that
again.
was recently because I seen the first two, and then I watched that for the first time.
Hot. Well, the Under Armour keeps me cool.
It does?
It does, because it puts the sweat away.
I'm sweating looking at it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I'm good.
Thanks, dude.
Get a picture of me and Bill.
Now you gotta get your lightsaber. You guys have to use it for points.
this works. We're supposed to
neither.
judge these guys.
Okay. Are we counting like the strikes on each
Well, you're
person, or how does the points work?
Every time a point is scored, there's a hold call, and then points awarded to that person. So you guys will be keeping count. It's actually, I think there's an app for that. I think.
Are we on the 10?
5 for narrows, yeah. Unless you guys want to go to 10, because
Well, I don't know. You want to go to 5 or 10 points?
Is that your chosen lightsaber color, or that's just a random
I
color?
think it's a random color.
What would be your color if you choose? Purple. That's awesome. There's like a few different shades of purple too, you know? It's like some people like prefer one, and then
I like the lighter purple.
yeah, like maybe it's more pink, or yeah. Purple with the white flash is nice.
You know, converge people together, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a good thing where, you know, it's everything.
I feel like you the way I feel about him. I feel like I've known you.
Oh, kindred spirits, bro. You know?
And this guy, he's like the brother I never had.
Yeah, well, you're like the older brother I wish we didn't have, but I did anyway. No, seriously. No, seriously. You
guys from
you'd be
the
one of those guys I looked up to, you know, growing up. You know, because you'd probably be the one listening to Kiss, watching Star Wars, you know, playing Battlestar Galactica, building Legos. That's what I did.
Called me I was the crazy uncle.
That's what I did. You know what they call that? You're the fun uncle. You're a funkle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Seriously, that's what it's about, though. I mean, you know, you take the convergence of the love of Star Wars, the love of lightsabers, and then the love of full combat,
Yeah.
and you combine all three together.
I should have married you guys, man. My wife's not into any of this.
Well, you know, I think we'd have a little bit of a problem. You know, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
I feel it.
You know,
I feel it.
Do you
nothing but love.
do you practice like any type of fencing or sword play outside of the lightsaber
I
stuff?
used to take Japanese Iaido and Bushido, which is a samurai sword, and I learned a lot of the forms and fighting styles with that. So it's kind of like, this is a cross between kendo and, you know, lightsabers. It's beyond LARPing. It's what you call the next level of LARPing.
Yeah.
It's actual full combat, full contact. People get hurt. You know, I mean, it's one of those things where you got to sign a waiver. You got to,
Really?
you know, train. And you got to be in physical, at least somewhat physical, decent shape to, you know, withstand, you know, not only wearing all the armor, but being able to fight in it for periods of time during tournaments. So it's not just dressing up and getting a lightsaber, it's dressing up, learning some kind of discipline, being able to really check yourself as far as your health and stamina, but also still loving Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I think that's what brings everyone together, is the love of Star Wars, no matter what community you're from, whether you're TSL, 501st, or Sabersmith. You know, all three of them all make up what Star Wars is about. It's the fandom, it's the creativity, and it's the love. I mean, that's the thing that I find is most is community. It's for community. You know, and that's what brings people together.
Talk about loving your lightsabers. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
you're really using them too. You know.
Well, that's the thing. It's thing where you take it to another level. You're not just cosplaying with it. You're not just making it where it's, you know, fantasy. Now you're taking into a practical application, and this is what they would really do if they were real. So it's one of those things where, you know, if they were truly real, you would obviously lose limbs, be impaled, you would die. But it's one of those things where, you know, it's like a video game where
You get another life.
lives and you're going for points. And the only thing that you hope for is that you don't get hurt. seen guys get really bad bruises. I've seen people get, lacerations, concussions. People think these are toys, but they're not. I mean, this is
Like you said, it could get sharp if it
well,
broke.
Well, not only that, but it's the same polycarbonate that they use for riot gear. The police use on their shields, on their helmets, on their batons. So these things are not kid stuff. People think, oh, you're just going to have a shiny, little toy, but this is 6061 CNC, aluminum. This is aerospace aluminum they use for airplanes, space shuttles. I mean, this stuff is lightweight and almost indestructible. So,
apparently we were supposed to use the stage. We weren't, because when I talked to her, since I was taken up, however, the guys are going to check right now because there's some vacancies for dropouts.
okay.
So we may be able to fight on stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
In the meantime, if you want to warm up for the stage, again, anytime open sparring,
Honestly, yeah, it's kind of narrow.
How you doing?
I'm like heavy right now because I'm like looking at this. I'm like, lightsabers, sword fighting. Where do I sign up?
You're not trying to impale the person, but you're trying to get points, but you're going full.
It's expensive.
It's beyond fencing. Because it's like full contact with lightsaber.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I see it. I can
so
see it. Yeah.
it's nothing like where you're going to do a choreographed, special. You're doing an actual, like, I'm going to come in and not hold anything back, but I'm not going to try to be a jerk and go for the throat. I'm going to go for, like, whatever.
Body.
Right, head points, shoulders, anything you can hit, but you're not, you don't want to do like full swing around. I mean, you're trying to
wind it up.
Yeah, you want to be controlled about it, but the whole point of it is, you're going to hit them. You're going to hit somebody.
Yeah.
And that's the point. That's the whole fun of it, because you're taking it one step level from just being choreography, cosplay. You're taking it to, let's actually fight the points and see who's better swordsman. So it's an actual, right. And it's global sport right now because people around the world are doing it everywhere in the world. So it's an actual, being recognized as a global sport.
That's really cool.
And they started it, in like Italy and France and did voodoo sport, which is a little less than a year. They're more like controlled combat beats, but they do contact sparring.
Right.
This is one step further now. This is putting on full, I'm wearing a,
Wearing gear.
supporter,
Gear.
I'm wearing hockey pants, I'm wearing shin guards.
the main thing to know about things
You
like
know.
in France and Italy that they're more geared to an actual sport format.
Right.
For them to strike, you gotta bring it behind you first, go forward. Bring it behind you, go forward, and no thrusting.
Right.
We allow thrusting, that's why you gotta wear the heavy front plate
protectors.
because your sternum can get really messed up on a bad thrust.
And the bourgets.
Hard plate courgettes, because even though the neck is not a target,
Right.
sometimes acts. Now, see, you thrust in your face, right?
Here.
Here, you can slide down into his neck. No, you really don't.
No, this one's actually metal. That's a.
Oh, I see.
So when people do like live LARPing, when they use like metal swords, I mean this is it's not a child's thing. It's not something where you can
You
go
gotta
in.
be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to go in the park with your friends, not protected.
Yeah. Exactly.
But-
The next thing you know, somebody's on the floor. It's not good.
I want to get a picture of you guys together when you guys are ready.
I like your saber.
That's sweet. Curved.
The curved blade. It looks like Ventress's blade.
It's called the vein.
The bane. Nice. Oh. And I feel like this is a really good one to hold because it's got with that curved on it.
A lot of people like the
fingertips,
car
more in the
because it's
palm.
more fencing. It's like more of a one-handed kind of grip. But you may feel awful. I like two-handed samurai.
You're geared up. We didn't head on over to the stage. You want to stay? We got Chris. All right. Let's go.
So this way
Oh, good, yeah.
Right here. So this way I want to get you in a bunch of shots there. You can go up on stage if you want and then come down.
Hey there, everybody. I am Jacob Page. I am the charter representative for the New Jersey chapter of the Saber Legion. We are a full contact, non-choreographed lightsaber combat group. Yes, you heard that right. We do not play with sticks. We fight with the sticks. Now, for this demonstration, you will see one Chris Cordero, my friend Bill Buttle put on a fight for you. I'm going to step in front. I'll be a line judge. And hopefully you all will enjoy this.
at least understanding.
If you have
That-
no knowledge, we'd gladly teach you.
Yeah, and
That's all there is
and that's
to
the
it.
thing though. But a lot of times people think it's just like I could do that. I just get dressed up and then swing a bat. It's not about that. You know, it's about being disciplined, controlled, and having a little bit of martial arts background to incorporate in what you're doing because you're not trying to hurt the other person.
Yeah.
You know, you want to
gotta be
strike them,
controlled.
but you want to be able to still, you know, hold back a little bit where you're not trying to totally annihilate the person. So it's kind of like a medium style fighting without, you know, trying to just keep beating that person until they're not getting
Yeah, like I
up.
thought it was going to be a little more wilder, but so, you know, watching you and Craig, it was very precise. So I thought it was going to be more of a kind of a wild scene, but it was like a precise battle.
No, and then you got to go by the different fighters too, because like everybody has their own different fighting style. So some guys do one-handed fencing, some guys do, you know, like I do like samurai two-handed. You know, some people do more like backhanded stuff where they're fighting, you know, side hand.
Yeah.
And then they have exotics where you could do dual wielding, you could do pikes, you could do staff, you could do, you know, ones with like they have the cross guards. So the exotics you could do whatever.
For the pike, would you kind of point if it was hitted with the other side, or only with the lit side?
Yeah, it's usually the lit side, but they might consider a point depending on how it's measured, I guess. But I've never fought in the exotics yet, so I don't know. You'd have to ask
Oh, you
someone
mean it
who
would have
did.
to be an exotic versus exotic?
Yeah.
Pikes, dual wield,
Yeah.
saber staff.
So it
I
all
see.
depends on the levels. And then sometimes you have tag team matches now, and then they have like free for alls where it's like 40 light side against 40 dark side.
Whoa.
So it's like a battle royale.
It's like Clone Wars episode 2.
Exactly. Like a
running at each
it's a
other.
battle royale of like lightsabering.
That's
so
sweet.
it's like, you know, one of those things where it's just it could be anything from, you know, regular what we did up there, just one-on-one straight points to, you know, a free for all. But it all depends on like, you know, what you're comfortable with, where your experience level is, and then, you know, what you want to do with it.
Who's keeping track of the free-for-all ones?
That's more for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you really can't. It's like one of those things like, that's more LARPing, like honor system, where it's like, oh, you got me. You know, how you gonna say, you know, that, oh, I shot you first, man. No, I got you first. No. So
Let's turn this off.
Button's a little tricky.
Hang on to it. I'm hitting the boys' room.
Okay.
starts to smell exactly the same. Well, we smell good. Yeah, right? I smell like a man.
A lot of those hits seem to happen at the same time. A lot of your strikes and your strikes were hitting at the same time. It's like, how do you...
That's why you need 4 line judges.
Yeah.
And you fight directly on top of that. Plus the protocol system.
So
Yeah.
that's where like a lot of stuff rolls in where you need the judging.
And that's how I came in second at Beast Coast Province.
Right.
Well,
I'm not going to talk about that. You should have got that point, but Randall kept counting the other guy's points
And
there.
that's the problem. You can't.
but
gotta go by the judges.
Randler's first time really judging. So,
Yeah.
and I also
First major any
decided
kind of
to
thing. I was like, he's in with
too
official
tired
matches
and
with
done.
a bunch of people. He had no idea. He was a fish out of water. He's come a long way though. Right?
Good.
Yeah.
Good, you know. I'm still learning it. You know, still apparently doing it.
Tournaments are between the different like regions or within the...
They have
What it is, we have what's called championship series and tournaments. Indies, it's like they're open to everybody. It's not just like within one charter. Anybody can come through. They can travel there. They can buy a ticket and take part in the fight.
Oh, okay.
And the prizes are usually pretty decent prizes. Like for Beast Coast Brawl, the tournament just had in Maryland, there was a custom one-of-a-kind crosspoint saber, which is a steel saber, and just for this kind of thing.
Oh.
That was the #1 prize. #2 was a special rubber blade, Saber Willis, and third was a gift card to the custom saber shop.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
And then
In addition to
members.
those prizes, they also won a free beer mug and a battle flag of their choosing.
A battle what?
Battle flag, an actual like little battle flag they can carry a battle with. Yeah.
And they what do you call it? Well, you get 10% on the custom saber shop.
Yeah.
If you go through him.
If you're in the Saber Legion, you're a Legionnaire, you go to your rep and they can buy things, you get a 10% discount.
Oh, that's awesome.
Somebody can buy
Yeah,
it.
it's for free.
I was actually just going to ask you, did you create that yourself?
I kind of quasi-designed it, he brought it to life and then built it. It's a guy named Jordan Gene, I think his name is, in Dark Victory Armor, he built these things. Go to him,
material is that?
It's HDPE plastic. Basically, like you have like a drum barrel for like
okay.
water, soap, whatever.
Yeah.
It goes away. You can actually recycle them, and he turns this into armor pieces like this.
That's cool. That's really sweet. And then you weathered it, or he gave it to you like this, or that's real world.
In fighting, did this naturally.
I was gonna say that.
Melee and war was especially weathering to this piece of car here.
And it's like hockey bits on the legs.
Yeah, these are actually, I think these are hockey guards. I got them from Hockey Monkey for like $10.
Oh.
They're super cheap on sale. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. And I got them, and I've had them ever since.
That looks like an expensive item.
I've never used.
You can spend anywhere between a couple $100 to a couple thousand or more on your armor.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it definitely looks like that. It looks like this is like you said, it's like riot gear from the police.
Mad Max or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Or that stuff looks like motocross.
Yeah, you can do
right?
motocross, but you need chest plate. Like these have a sternum protector here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. See, it's vulnerable here because they're not expecting you to get hit. They're expecting you. If you fall off your bike, it's going to be
Kinda skid or roll.
Yeah, you're going to roll flat instead of getting
punctured.
Yeah, I'll watch for a second. Rebel scum. I mean, but that's the whole thing. It's like it's a convergence today because you're getting like, the geeks that just like Star Wars. You're getting the geeks that love fighting like Kendo. You're getting the geeks that love like everything about fantasy, Star Wars, and then you two geeks are about building the sabers.
And maybe
so
get some like crossover geeks from the comic book side.
Exactly. So you're getting
cross-pollination.
You're getting a plethora of different universes coming together, all because of Star Wars.
Taste it here.
What?
I tasted it now. Thank you. I actually forgot mine. That's funny.
One more, let me.
Thank you.
some stuff.
Yeah,